Dun 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 dun. We're back.
It's going? You didn't even tell me. You
I
didn't
know.
give me a heads up.
I know. We're going cold.
Terrible.
It's a cold start.
It's mean.
My goodness.
Hello, everybody.
We got Hugh here 24 hours ahead of time. Hugh's here. Broke Dad Builds. Terrell is here. Neighbor Jeff. Neighbor Jeff says, I know last podcast some people were asking how to become a member. Right underneath this video somewhere down here, there should be a button that says join. If you are interested in becoming a member, we greatly, greatly appreciate your support.
Jeff, our neighbor. Jeff, you could just come sit up here next to us.
Yeah, you could really get the live show.
Yeah.
How are our mics sounding so far? Relying on you guys for a mic check. Mic check. Doug is here. We've got Sam Tate. Got all kinds of people filing in here. All right. So, episode 3. Our buddy Robert Emmons says Mike sounds good. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Buddy Oscar is here as well.
Oscar.
Ooh, we got Barry Barnett coming in.
Awesome. I'm not going to say anything on this episode.
You're just going to sit here the whole time.
Yeah. We just finished a video today.
Yes.
About an hour ago. So
yeah.
It's been a long day. So we're doing this now, but and then we went into the video thinking it was going to be a piece of cake, and it ended up being a huge nightmare.
Yeah.
So
we went in so confidently.
Right. So we'll show that on the video. I'm sure we show all the bad things also.
Yeah, you guys have to wait and see. It's a good one. Hope you guys are in an AC mood.
Yeah, but today was a rough one.
Yeah. 'Tis the season. AC season is rolling around quick.
Yeah.
Ray-Ban is here. I want to say hello. And our buddy Ashley Connolly has commented, I think, on every video this week. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Ashley Connolly. I never heard of him.
You don't think so?
No.
It doesn't sound familiar at all.
Yeah. Nice comments. So I do enjoy his comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy everybody's.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so welcome back. Like we said, this is episode 3 of UTX Unplugged. Last time we said today's topic was going to be 700 R4 transmissions and how that pertains to a swap, to using one in a swap. But we pretty much covered everything on that episode. Mm-hmm. Basically, just to sum it up a little bit, it's more complicated than what people think. I think the wiring on the 4L60s, I think for some reason people are afraid of that. And the 700 seems like, oh, there's not as many wires, so it's easier. But it actually creates a whole different complicated mess.
Yeah, or they think that they're saving money. And I really honestly don't believe. If you think of time and money as the same thing, which we do, I don't think, like, if a person turns around and thinks they're going to try to use their 700 R4, that they're going to save themselves any money. So yeah, I just don't think it's a viable thing to do.
And I feel for them because it's always in a situation we hear about it. Like, I just had my 700 rebuilt, or I have a built 700, an upgraded 700, that I want to use. But yeah, really, if it's built, if it's been rebuilt recently, it's worth something. Sell that baby and get yourself a 4L60. The wiring is not as hard as what, the myth is. That's another LS myth.
Yeah, or you could take the guts out of that 700 R4 because they're the same as a 600 or a 60. So you could use those parts if you wanted to, and then just transplant them into a 4L60 and then have those upgraded parts. It's going to be the things like the sun drum and the maybe somebody puts in some better clutches in it or whatever, but you know, I don't know. Just it's one of those things for us, but we get asked all the time, and we've just had to always just say no. We won't mess with the 700R4.
Yeah, and we did a video. We did a live giveaway, if you were there, for a modified accelerator pedal for a square body, and one of the winners ended up he was using a 700R4, and so we made a provision. Basically, Jerry did some mad scientist stuff, and the issue is that TV cable on the 700 does not swing the same amount as the accelerator on the LS.
Mm-hmm.
So
on a throttle body or on a carburetor.
Yeah.
So you'd have to build a bunch of adjustment into it. And we just did that one really because I had always thought about it for quite a while, and I just was up to the challenge, and I thought it'd be fun to do it. But we honestly, that's the only one I ever did, and that's the only one I will ever do.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
that up to the challenge that really sums it up, because anything we've ever read or heard that isn't possible with an LS, or you can't do this, or is like Jerry just starts foaming at the mouth and grabbing wiring diagrams, and
I will do it.
He'll make it happen.
If I fail, I fail, but I'll try, whatever. And that one, I think, just to sum it up, really, when I was all done with that one, he was okay with the pedal and everything, but I did feel like I'd failed on it. So it wasn't 100%. So
it was kind of a difficult one because
I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't have the vehicle here. So
mm-hmm.
we went and bought a 700 TV cable, and
there's no information anywhere from other people that say that they've never done a good one. Ashley Connolly just said, I've never seen a good one.
A good 700.
A good 700.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a swap, I would love to challenge somebody else, and somebody else figure it out. We gave it a shot, and you can go back and check out that video and springboard off of what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not saying it can't be done or it shouldn't be done, but everything we do on our channel is for simplicity's sake, for reliability and simplicity in the long run, availability of parts, and there are a lot more 4L60s out there than 700s, even though, like you said, it's all the same guts. Mm-hmm. It's just a different way of operating it, basically.
Yeah.
So
I could build a good one, but I'm not going to.
No. One of those.
I know what I'd have to do now, but it would have to be a very adjustable unit, and the time versus, how much time you spend on it, I could put a 7 or a 4L60 in something, and it would be so much less time. And I hate the thought of people out there doing that much work and doing an LS swap or whatever they're working on, and then having something not be 100% for them, when they get to that point. So
we don't want to send it home and find out they're not enjoying it.
I hate to tell people something will work when it won't, really. So, that's all.
Yeah.
So 700s, let's drop that subject.
Yeah. Done with that. So anyway, today's topic, if you saw the thumbnail, today's topic is no meanies. We've mentioned that in videos before, talking about, snarky comments and stuff. So that's what we're going with. Basically, we want to talk about the LS swap community and the automotive community in general as a whole. From our standpoint, we want to see it grow. We want to see more classics on the road. We want to see more people daily driving their C10 or their Chevelle, whatever, and driving that baby to work every day, driving it as a grocery store, we want to see young people, future generations get involved in it. But it seems like right now, especially with social media, there is so much negativity and just flat out jerks And like I said, the snarky comments, and somebody will ask a question, and we all got to start somewhere. You guys hear me ask dumb questions all the time in the videos, but if you don't ask the question, you'll never know the answer. So to to ask a question, especially publicly on social media, and then to be torn down and made to feel stupid because you're the 500th person to ask that question, it limits the information getting out. We're not sharing information anymore. We're just creating a icky place to hang out, I guess.
Yeah. Douglas Lund, a 4L60 will fit anywhere. 400 transmission, so 350 or 400 transmission will fit. Just saw that one go by. Yeah, that's what makes 4L60 so sweet.
Yes, they fit nice.
Yeah, and 4L80s are also, because they have the same dimensions of its body as a 400. So every time that we look at something or somebody's asking a question about something, we can look it up and go, okay, well, that truck was available with a 400 transmission. So you can definitely fit a 4L80 and anything smaller than that in it. So that's how those work. 4L80 is the exact same as a 400, and a 4L60 is smaller. So that's it.
Yeah. Yep, and to Doug's question up there, we have a 4L60 in my 70.
Yeah.
And it's just the whatever stock hump.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think in like those models, actually, I think there's more room. There's more room in that than there is in the square bodies when we're done with them. Square bodies are pretty tight, right around where there's a little rib that goes up to the bell housing. That gets pretty tight right there. But I don't think those models are all that tight. So,
yeah.
And that's on a truck that doesn't have a good cab mounts. So if the cab mounts were good on it, it'd probably be even better. So
even more room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, back to what we're talking about here tonight. Hugh says only dumb remarks. The only dumb questions is the ones not asked. And we're big fans of that. There are no dumb questions in our comment section. If you have a question, there's no judgment here. Ask away. Because like I said, we all have to start somewhere. And the fact that you are starting is, it's more than a lot of people can say. So
I love those questions when I see somebody asking something that would be like kind of what, like a mechanic that's been doing it for a while, seems kind of elementary, and to see somebody asking about it and put themselves out there, it's pretty cool. I had to do it with a boss that I had, and I was fortunate that I had somebody that wouldn't, tell me that I wasn't smart or whatever, and he'd, would answer my questions and give you a little bit of confidence, and it's nice. But yeah, I don't see it as much as what Emily does, because she watches all this stuff come through, but she tells me about a lot of the negativity that's going on, and it's like, I just don't. I think there's a lot of people out there that are a little threatened.
Something. It's something. It's almost like it's become a hobby for a lot of people. It's almost like I read a lot of them and I just go, why are you so angry? What are you mad about? What a dumb thing to be mad about. But it's like people think that one question was directed at them, and how dare you ask me such a dumb question. So but basically, it, like I said, it limits the information going out. Another point to that, I saw a great comment in, I think it was actually an HP Tuners group on Facebook. Somebody commented about the snarky snarky responses, and there was a response back that said, hey, when these computers came out, these people were probably 5 years old.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the LS platform is 20 some years old now.
Right.
You know, so a lot of these people, you know, this is their first time doing it. And, you know, to have, what drives me nuts, what fires me up about this is that we have such an awesome platform, you know, as far as social media with Facebook and Instagram, whatever. Even forums, Reddit is another one. You know, there's a ton of awesome ways to share information, and people are so reluctant to do that. You know, we can send each other pictures, we can send videos, we can show this is what worked for me, because every swap is a little different. You know, there's not a cookie cutter guide how to do this. It's, you got to kind of look at what you got, what you're working with.
Yeah.
So so basically, as members of the car community, we're already up against a lot. So let's not fight each other. As you know, in the automotive world, we're always fighting access to information anyway. We hear from people all the time that say, you know, where can I find a wiring diagram, or where can I, even fluid capacities, torque specs, stuff like that. I mean, if you can find torque specs, you know, real accurate, like
corn method.
Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned for more info on that. We're already fighting that, and proprietary software, you know, is a big one that we deal with in the LS world. If you've messed with HP tuners and licensing and credits, GM owns that, you know, no matter how much we hate it, you know, that's their baby. So
Yeah.
they're in control. And, you know, in addition to that, you know, there's emission stuff. People complain about that all the time. And safety inspections in some states, you know, people get nitpicked on older vehicles. And there are a lot of things, just life in general, you know, like, you know, life is expensive, you know, so to turn around and put your time and money into a vehicle, you know, is already putting yourself out, you know. So why not, we're all in this together, let's all fight this fight together.
Yeah.
So
it is. It's
so
a giant fight.
I guess that's my point, is we're, you know, we're already up against so much, you know, that it holds a lot of people back, you know, and makes people go and ask those questions and ask, where can I find this, or what about that? And, you know, we have this platform, and we have the opportunity to, you know, make this community and this culture grow. And I just hate that so many people are taking the opposite approach to it.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to be on the other side of a phone or a thing and send something off that's mean to somebody. And I guess I don't understand that whole thing, but whatever. When we started this channel, what held us back the most was we knew we were going to get a bunch of flack, really. That's what you expect to get, is mostly haters and that. And
yeah, absolutely.
Fortunately, we don't deal with that all that much, and we get the occasional one, but it's still, it's, you know, really, it's kind of fun. But
yeah, that was when we first like hit go on our very first video. That's what I told you, was that I was nervous because I thought we were going to get all the haters, because that's what I had seen so much. And like, I gotta brag on you guys a little bit here. Like, the community around this channel is so positive and so welcoming. We've talked about our Facebook group, UTX Swap Talk, several times, and I know a lot of you guys are in there as well. Like, I mean, we are so lucky that we have such a welcoming environment that people can come in and ask those questions, and others jump in and give their take on it and their experience on their swap. And it's been really cool to kind of see that community Swap Talk grow the way it has.
Right. No, I give myself credit for that, really, though.
You're
I'm
in
the
there a
driving
lot.
force behind all the positivity that goes on.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere, really.
Ray of sunshine.
I'll answer a few quick questions, and let's all go by. Okay.
Yeah.
1974 was the first one, and then 1970 was the next one that we did. Somebody asked our first swap. Let's see. San Jordan. Blah.
I need to go down.
Sorry. I read those off, and then it gets stuck in my head that somebody asked a question about something. Let's see. 100%. Yeah, somebody asked what the first swap that we did, but it was our green and white 74 that it's sitting 100 feet out here. It needs to be done for the second time, just because we're crazy.
Yeah. Bobby Sanders says, "Put them hater blockers on." Whiskey Tango says, "Swap Talk is legitimately one of the most laid back groups of its type on Facebook." Thank you. And that is because of you guys. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. She monitors. She wakes up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and makes sure that there's no negative vibes going across it.
No bad vibes.
Yeah.
No bad vibes.
She's insane about it.
Yeah. And that reminds me, if you guys do go over and join us on UTX Swap Talk, please answer the questions when you join. That is how I know you're a real person and not one of those weird friendly ladies in the comment section that's trying to be your friend. Okay. That's how I know you're not a robot.
Oh, there it is. What year did you do your first swap in? Oh, what year did we do our first swap in?
Oh.
Within the last few years. No, about 5-6 years ago.
Oh, I bet it's been
maybe longer. No, I bet not.
It's probably six years ago.
About 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Back in the 2000s.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I keep kicking that. I'm sorry.
No. Then I was just dreaming about them because I bought a brand new 2004 Chevy 3/4 ton. I finally had made enough money in my shop that I owned, and I went and bought that thing. Loved it. It was pewter colored.
Pewter.
Like like all the rust out.
I was gonna say they're all that color.
Yeah. But
that and rust.
Then when I drove that truck, I was like, man, I could put this in I could put it in an older truck, you know?
Putting something cool.
Because I grew up with older trucks. But,
yeah. Andrew Pate says, is the YouTube business tough to do week after week? That's a good question. Yeah.
Day after day. It is very tough.
It's a lot to keep up with. Yeah. And before somebody else calls us out on it, yeah, we're not the best at getting a video out every week. That is a tough job. It takes us, a lot of times it takes us 2 days, sometimes 3 days to film one. And it takes me probably, if it's that long, it probably takes me 3, maybe 4 days to edit it. So a week
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
She underestimates her time frame.
I'm getting a little better.
The video that we finished just a little bit ago, we took off yesterday morning thinking, well, we'd have that thing wrapped up yesterday at like probably, quitting time, hopefully like 6 o'clock or so. Because she does a lot of preparation work for doing stuff like this. And it did not go smoothly. Really, yesterday I can't remember why it didn't go all that smooth, but we have a lot of interruptions here that are kind of out of our control, and then it didn't go smooth. So we closed it up last night, like it was 9 something.
We walked over there at 10. So
yeah, so we decided to shut it down, and we're like, okay, well, we'll finish it tomorrow. And so then you have to regroup in the morning, and we come over and we look at where we left off. And so we started again, and then the job that we were doing, it didn't go as smoothly as what I anticipated. It's has a few different little hiccups in it that I had never experienced before. So
it was a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, so it didn't go good, and I mean that's the way like working with cars is, and that's kind of like going back to that topic, like being positive, and I've always, I always go into a job thinking it's going to go smooth and hoping that it goes smooth, but it may not. But that doesn't turn me into somebody that's going to turn around and just be negative about it, and and that's what I think we're seeing is like a lot of people that it's like, oh, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and you got to do it the way I did it, or just that kind of bashing that gives people the bad taste about going ahead and trying something that might be a little bit more difficult, and it may not go very smooth, and most times they don't go smooth, and that's what happened to us today.
Yeah.
But that's what we want people to do is like go ahead and tackle that stuff, because when you do, like at the end, like when we finished that today, like nobody was patting me on the back saying great job or whatever. It'd be nice. We do get that through the videos when people comment and say, hey, we appreciate you showing the bad stuff and everything, when things don't go all that smooth. But like those people that are out there that are just trying to learn the stuff, they don't have anybody that's like encouraging them to do it. And this is our encouragement to do it when we talk to people. But yes, doing the YouTube stuff is very time consuming. It's not very what would you call it?
I don't know. It's sometimes it feels I don't want to say unappreciated, because it is so appreciated by some people, but some people don't understand the time and effort that goes into it, and don't understand I think a lot of people are so used to listening to the blowhard guy telling you have to do it like this is the only way to go, you have to buy these parts. I think people are so used to that, that's how they watch it. That's how they interpret the video. Yeah. And so I think when they see the opportunity to say like, ooh, you made a mistake, I think they hop on that, And I mean, we have no problem showing our mistakes, because I mean, it, we call this Ugly Truck Experience because we're sharing our experience. You learn from your mistakes. You might as well learn from ours too. So,
well, we have to show them, because that's what we're pressed for time. So we're always like, man, okay, so it didn't go smooth. So that now, how are we going to spin this into something that somebody will continue to watch, but they can still get something, take something away from it? So that's what we end up having to do. We'll go into something and have to change direction in it, and that's how that goes. But no, it's very. I bet you we've sat out here and talked about quitting. How many times would you think?
Dozens.
Yes, probably. Dozens of times we probably have, and that is something that happens. It's not a lucrative thing like a lot of people like to lead you to believe, that the minute you get this many subscribers or whatever, you can have 5 million subscribers. If nobody watches your stuff, you're not going to make a dime. Okay. Yeah. So like, we don't care about subscribers, really. We love our subscribers. I shouldn't say we don't care about them. We love the people that subscribe to our channel. But when we first started off on this, we were like going, well, we want to have 1 million subscribers. And now we don't care. I'd rather have 100,000 subscribers that watch our channel. Yeah. And because when we upload a new video, and it's pretty cool. if people are out there and they don't know how that whole thing works, we sit there, we can watch every time somebody clicks on it, and we can watch how long they've been watching it. It gives you a whole rundown of that view of it, I guess.
Yeah, the analytics behind it.
Yeah, and just like on our last video, I think that we put out, we looked at it the following day, and it had been watched. It gives you it in hours, and it had been watched for
I would say
what
800 and something.
800 hours
in the first.
Yeah. So then I sit down and I figure out how many days that is. It's like if somebody sat down and watched that, 800 hours, it's, 4 years or a little less than 4 years. But it's pretty cool that people are out there and they're watching it. And then we get such great comments, and everybody. We have only had, since we started it, we have only had a handful of people that we wouldn't say we would ever want to go and meet and shake their hand,
Yeah. We have been, like we said, when we started, we expected so much negativity, and we have been so fortunate in finding the people that we have. And, I keep saying that, but you guys have just made this whole YouTube thing so much fun and so worth it. Jordan says, well, the equipment costs to stream for a podcast. You guys have nice microphones, boom arms, sound controls. It all adds up, and you guys take it very seriously. Appreciate both of you being real. Yes. The microphones, that was a big deal for the podcast, because there are so many subjects that we want to sit down and have this kind of discussion and have you guys in the live chat with us. But we're mumblers. Jerry and I are both low talkers, so microphones were kind of a must. The past lives that we've done, we've been yelling the whole time, and that's not fun. So
yeah, especially when we're doing the videos, I'm out there yelling constantly. So in order for them to hear, we talked about it on the last one, I think, where we were talking about the mics when I explained the mics. But I saw Brian Long, he just went by. He was the guy who owned the red truck that we did a bunch of videos on.
Yeah.
But we knew we were going to buy these mics and that when I billed him the last time. So I just I told her, I said, hey, send Brian a bill, but just whatever the mics are going to cost, send it, add that to Brian's bill, and then we don't even have to worry about what, that expense or whatever. And so she did that, but she also bought the tapestry and the tablecloth and everything with it too. So
yeah, got some new pins. Yeah,
and some pins. Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
So, yeah, thank you, Brian. I think Brian knows that I like to joke around a lot.
I hope so.
He signed off. He's not here anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, we're supposed to see him tomorrow too.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Hope so.
Yeah, Brian lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he is supposedly driving that thing here if it makes it that far.
If it'll go that far.
Yeah, he's coming here to do something and then heading back home. So Tim, can't wait.
That's our buddy Tim Anderson.
Tim got a shout out in this recent video.
Yeah. Hope Tim catches this next video for sure.
Yep. Oh, Rick's here. What'd Brian say?
Brian says, nice, glad I could contribute. Yeah. We'll put your name on it. We'll put a little plaque. It says donated by.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
When we see you tomorrow, there's some things too I forgot to bill you for. I gotta see you tomorrow.
Bring your checkbook.
People don't worry about that with us. The worst thing, we're so bad at doing paperwork. Oh my gosh. I'm years behind on billing people. If I could just bill people, then we wouldn't have to do YouTube.
Yeah, really. We could afford to eat. I like Sam Tate's comment here. Better than my business. My prices are cheaper because I cheat every third customer.
Oh, yeah. That's a good.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that. Yeah, every third, I'll just start doing
not
that.
bad. We should have done that.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Okay. Well, to wrap up my rant about the meanies, no meanies, how can we create a better environment and grow the community? Like I've said a couple times, we have an awesome platform and the entire internet at our disposal. We can build the car community as big as we want. We can get so many people involved, you know, if we're just, nice to each other, I guess. um, another thing is, thinking about the younger generation and um, getting young people involved. Get your car out there and show it off. That's such a big thing. I remember as a kid not having any clue what that car was that just went by, but I was interested in it. I thought, ooh, what is that? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so just being out cruising, just stopping at the gas station, being the cool guy at Come and Go for a minute, that could make somebody's day, and that could inspire somebody to turn around and go find one of their own and join the car community. Another great way is to post on social media about your project and share your experience and what worked for you, what you liked, what you didn't like. That's a great way to give somebody else an idea. There's a lot of people out there that are wishing for a swap, or they've got a vehicle in mind, but they're saving up, and just giving somebody that little extra reminder, like, hey, keep it going, one of these days you'll have one, one of these days you'll be able to do your swap. And social media is, like I've said so many times tonight, it is such a great place to share our experiences, in life. And I mean, the car community is,
Mm-hmm.
a great example to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah. Can I talk?
I would love
Okay.
that.
Like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's like the only place that I feel comfortable. If I'm out someplace else or whatever, I walk around with my head down, and I do the best that I can not to bother people, not to talk to people. I don't feel that they want to be bothered by me, and I don't want to be bothered by them. But when I go to a car show, or when I'm talking to the people that comment to us and that, I feel like I'm talking to somebody that is like myself. And I guess a little bit that's why I don't understand the whole going back to like the negative stuff of wanting to be kind of like down on somebody or whatever they say.
Yeah. That's what Jordan is kind of saying here. The biggest issue with the car community is that your build is your build. Do what you like with your vehicle. People are too opinionated with somebody else's style not matching theirs. Different styles is what makes this cool. If they all look the same, we would be so bored right now. And I think Jordan's comment there pretty much sums it up. The car show snob mentality, where they walk right past the one with the mismatched fender gets walked past, and the shiny one that rolled off of a trailer and nobody's heard it run in 3 years, that's the one that gets all the pictures taken. Like that kind of snobby mentality, is kind of shoots the car community in its foot sometimes. We can all appreciate all the hard work and all the expense that goes into building just a top-notch $100,000 truck. Everybody can appreciate that. But another way that we can grow this and keep this positive the good vibes going, go to a local car show, walk up to the kid that has a rat's nest of wires under the hood and start a conversation, because that kid might talk to two people today.
Yeah.
And we have had so many awesome conversations. We went to a show last year, I believe, and we talked to, I think he was like 18 or 19, maybe, in an AMC Javelin.
Oh, yeah.
That he had inherited, and he had tried to do several things to it. And, you know, he was just so excited to talk about his car and the history of it and what he had learned and the questions that he had. I don't know how many questions he asked you just standing there in a parking lot, you know?
Right.
But be the ambassador, I guess. Go encourage somebody to keep going on that half done build.
Yeah.
Because they were all half done at some point. And the fact that that person is half done and they're rolling around in it and enjoying it, getting it out and showing off what they do have, you know, means more than
that kid's he's the toughest kid on the planet. He's
really
driving an AMC Javelin. Boy.
Yeah. Those AMC guys. They get picked on a lot.
I love them.
But
quite frankly, it's not the nicest looking car. It wasn't the best one they put out. It's not a.
They're a weird one.
It's not a
Gremlin.
A Gremlin. I always think the one with the fin on the back. I can never remember the name.
Fin on the back.
Oh yeah, the Challenger. The somebody else.
Oh, the Superbird?
No, Superbird.
I was thinking AMC stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, Javelin.
You can't compare an AMC to a Mopar. You're going to hurt those little AMC guys' feelings.
Oh, excuse me. She brings up a story like that about like car show people and that. And I'm going to tell a story about an actual live customer. Okay. Probably get me in trouble eventually. But like, I did one that somebody had a car. They had a pickup. They had it swapped by somebody else, and they did not like them. They hated everything about the truck. They did a bunch of weird. They did all the stuff that I complain about probably on the thing. So I brought the thing in, fixed it all. I put the engine where it's supposed to be, all that stuff. I put 1R AC brackets on it. Fixed the notch in the frame, and I made it shook before I worked on it. You drive it down the road and it'd be right. So that's what he hated about it, and it had a vibration because of the way the whole setup was done on it. It was done by somebody that really didn't care how good of a job they did. And so I brought it in, I fixed it, and you know, charged him a reasonable amount. And he showed up, and we took it for a drive and drove it down the road, and it didn't shake or anything. You know, it drove perfectly fine or whatever. And we come pulling back into the place and pulled back into the door, and he goes, "Did you hear that squeak?"
After all that,
yeah.
Now it's a squeak.
Did you hear that squeak? The cab mount. That's a cab mount squeaking. And he never said, "Hey, you know, that's pretty awesome that it doesn't shake anymore when I'm driving down the road." But that's all I thought about. And then after that happened, I said to her, I said, "I'm not going to do that ever again. Like if somebody has one done and they're upset with the people already that did the swap, that's on them, and I'm not gonna fix somebody else's mess anymore." So yeah, I quit doing that, which is great. So
yeah, a lot of times that takes up more time than just if you did the swap to begin with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's a lot easier just to do it right from the get go. You know.
Yeah. So, popped up here real quick. Rick was telling you not to bash AMCs.
I wasn't bashing them. I like them. I like Dodge and AMC. I was just talking about that particular car. It had a few character characteristics that a lot of people would look at and kind of go, oh, it wasn't the greatest looking car, but I thought I just thought they were cool. I mean, I sat there and talked to the guy for a couple hours, I think. So, and it was just because I thought the car was cool.
It was the only Javelin there. It was the only one I saw.
Yeah.
You know, it was rough, but it was the only one there. He's the only one that showed up.
Yeah.
So give him some credit, you know. We do we love everything, like we've said.
Done everything.
No meanies.
What the color of the scrap metal?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm getting behind.
We should go for 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, really. Oh my goodness, we're at 45 minutes already. An AMC Hornet X that was a blast to drive, little 4.2 straight six. It was torquey and fun. We have a friend, Josh, who has a somewhere around there, 73 early 70s Hornet that he has put a Jeep straight six in it, 4 liter, and that's pretty cool. That's an upgrade. Those AMC guys do that. AMC got Jeepy for a minute there.
Answer Ray-Ban's question there.
Ray-Ban, what we got?
Any recommendations on a brake line flaring tool? Most brake lines for like what we're talking about are just going to be double flares, and I would buy the kind that that you see me standing out there,
doing the little thing.
Yeah, and they're all the same, really. That I don't really think there's like a bad quality one, because I've got some lesser
cheap ones.
Yeah. I hate to say cheap.
Yeah.
But
auction finds.
Yeah. So I have those, but it's like the little the double flare cup things that you make the double flare on that is the thing. I break mine once in a while and I just order up new ones on Amazon. But whenever I'm doing a brake line or whatever, if it's just a double flare, like what a Chevy pickup is going to have on it, that's what I use. But the other set that I have another one that's hydraulic, and it'll do almost anything that I do. But it's pain because it's hydraulic. So I have to put the line in there. And I've seen people, that's another thing I want to talk about. I've seen people go on and like critique these things and say, oh, you can't do steel lines with these. And no, you can do steel lines with them. You just got to practice a little bit. But those kits that are like I think it's like $120, and it'll do like transmission cooling lines.
Yeah.
It'll do all the fuel line, the quick connect fuel lines that I do. It does pretty much and it does all the brake lines, and it even does metric and all that. So it depends on what a person is going to do. Like if I was going to buy one of those sets and I had to do other things other than just a double flare brake line, I would probably buy one of those sets and deal with learning how to make it work good. That'd save you money, and it's just one tool sitting there.
Yep.
So
Andrew Pate has a question. Is there any one particular part of an LS swap that you kind of just dread doing every time? What is your least favorite part of a swap?
I hate doing the brackets and the shifter linkage, all the things that when you're done with it, it really doesn't, you don't really have anything to show for it other than when the day comes that somebody drives off in it and everything works okay. But it doesn't, when they don't have any kind of a look to them when we're done. I just recently did the air box on one of them, like doing the Muson kit, like what we do, and I made the air box fit. But so then when I got the air box all done, I took it and I painted it and made it look good and put it in there, and then I could sit back and look at it and go, oh, that looks cool. But it's the things that are underneath that I don't get to see. when you
Yeah.
open up the hood.
There's so much
But-
stuff that you spend a lot of time doing that you never see again. And the
Yeah.
point is to never see it again.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
hide it and mount it elsewhere.
And the wiring, I love wiring. There's no secret about that. But like she just recently put up a video. I was cleaning up the wiring on something because I told her, I said, I was cleaning this box up and I said, everybody always, jumps on me because people tell me it's like, oh man, I would never want to have to work on something that you wired up or whatever. And I'm like, you didn't watch the video. I just do it quick. And I can't do a 10-hour long video and have somebody and show somebody me, specifically making a wire go exactly where it's supposed to, and then do the next one and make it sit next to it.
You put loom on it. Tape it up.
And so they just they watch a fragment of the video and then they go, "Oh, you stink." And it's like, man, give me a break.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing that last box that I was cleaning up, and I said, I'm like, take a picture of this, okay? And I just got my eye fixed. So I was pretty excited because I did the whole thing and I never had to grab a pair of glasses. And I looked at it and I loved it. But I'll never get any satisfaction from it other than if I look at Swap Talk and look at that picture again, or if I ever had to work on it again. But I won't because it's going to Texas and I'll never see it again. But if I don't lift up that fuse box, then whatever, it's down there. And I guess that's the things that I don't really care about, are the things that you can't see. And I could care less if I ever rebuild an engine or rebuild a transmission again. Once that's done and they start and you're running them and you're driving them, it's totally forgotten about. You'll never think back and go, oh man, remember the time that I torqued down that rod cap?
Yeah. Like you're never driving down the road going, man, I did a really good job rebuilding this engine.
Yeah.
These cam bearings feel great.
It is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, I don't know.
Let's see. Is this what you do for a living? Engine swaps. Self-employed. Jordan.
Yes. Yes, it is. I
wouldn't call it a living.
This is what we do. We had a daily driver repair business for many, many years, Ugly Truck Automotive. And so we started our channel, Ugly Truck Experience, to share the experience of being at Ugly Truck Automotive. And through YouTube and through basically the advertising we get from the videos, people contact us for swaps, and we have been able to go to just doing swaps and fun stuff. So
yeah, we have them lined up.
Yeah.
That brings up right now. I'm focused on doing Jeff from Mississippi's truck. That's my big job that I'm doing right now. We've got 4x4 coming. There's a guy down the road. His name's Jeff. We're going to be doing his.
His is coming up.
Yeah. So 4x4 stuff. But yeah, we got them lined up. But right now, and then somebody asked about way back in the comments, any more about body control modules.
Oh, yes.
And that is the pickup that I'm doing right now. I have been planning this one for so long, and I am going to do everything that I can do that is technically possible to do with a body control module. And that's my focus right now. So there's going to be a bunch of that. And we worry about, I worry about putting out a whole bunch of wiring because I don't want to lose people. But it seems like people honestly like it. Like the video that we did today was a bunch of wiring, and it was something that we kind of just had to address because of a lot of questions that we've been having. and it was fun for me because I could see again now, and so I was able to like focus on it better and have a better time doing something like that. But yeah, body control modules, and I want to do a Gen 4, and a Gen 4 is like so much to do with a body control module that that's what I daydream about all the time. That's especially now that I feel like I'm back to 85%. So I'm having my other eye done next month.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so then maybe I'll be up to 100%.
Yeah, X-ray vision.
But having that back and being able to sit and look at wiring diagrams, because a lot of times people ask questions, and I'll sit down at night and then just look through a wiring diagram, see if something's possible or see if we can figure it out, and then I'll tell her I'm excited about it, and we put it on our list of let's do a video on that. So
yeah, the body control module, I mean, a lot of people, it seems like, of course, favor a simple LS swap. You see a lot that don't have AC, don't have cruise. It's just a fun toy for somebody, and that's where our swaps are a little different, is that we essentially build these to do everything that a 2005 Suburban or Silverado, whatever, would have done for you. Everything functions the same. Everything is just as reliable and functional as it was, in the donor, or as it was originally from the truck. So
yeah,
that's another way that ours are a little different than the norm. But that's where we do get into some of the cool wiring stuff and really get into how all of that works. And I don't know, I think it's interesting. We've talked about it before. I do not get wiring. Wiring is not my strong suit, so it's always interesting to see it all come together at the end, because it looks like, in my brain, it looks so crazy on the whiteboard, and it seems like a lot going on, and when you plug it in and it works, and it's like, oh, he was right.
Except for today,
Yeah.
You were shining today on the electrical stuff. You come back with some stuff that I was pretty impressed about. So
I've been studying. Every time we do a video, it's basically me sitting down doing a really in-depth book report. So whatever subject the video is on is like, I've done like the most extensive research paper possible. So I should have no excuses for not understanding something. I mean, I have direct access to the information.
That reminds me of what happened today. Kind of. I won't spoil it. It wasn't that big of a deal today, but it was an electrical issue that I'd never seen before, and so I got to the end of it, and I get to the point on some of them where it's better if I just walk away from them and don't think about them, and then I'll it'll come to me maybe what's going on. In the case of this one, and like I said, we'll say what all happened to it and put it up on Swap Talk. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it's a programming issue, and it was something that I had never seen before. So every time that something happens that I've never seen before, I immediately go to the internet,
exactly,
like a moron, and I just Google what problem I'm having, and I just sit there for about maybe 30 seconds, like just going through the brief little, whatever you'd call those, not clicking on the thing, but the amount of misinformation from doing that is insane. I can look at it for just a short period of time, and I'm just like, what in the world are these people telling them? And it honestly looks like people are purposely misleading people.
Yeah.
Where they tell them something that is going to take them off into a different direction, down a dark dark rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Um,
Bad road.
So I do that for a second because there have been times where I've clicked on like a problem that I was having, and bam, it pops right up. Like I've had people on YouTube that I've watched their videos and go, oh yeah, that I could do that. And
oh yeah,
that could be what's going on. But for like, it seems like a large percentage of it is not like that. Unfortunately,
a lot of times we would those videos and those little snippets would save us on daily driver repairs.
Yeah.
Because like if you've ever done a heater core in a modern vehicle, or like anything up under the dash, even releasing like the airbag on a steering wheel, you're doing a lot of things blind. And sometimes you can find somebody who has done it and can show you where the clips are. I mean, just something as simple as that, is like invaluable to somebody trying to get that job done and get paid or get their junk out of their driveway, whatever the deal is,
Yeah. I made a mistake one time on a video. I misspoke and I said 87 when I should have said 78. And then she edits it and she doesn't know that I said the wrong thing. So we have got a video out that it says that. I'm not going to say what the video is.
Go find it.
Yeah.
Go watch them all until you find it.
And then but somebody went and they bought something because of it, he said, and he's like, oh, I bought this and that because you said 87. And then, so like for a week, I felt bad.
Yeah. It was like a $12 part.
Yeah.
It was like less than $15.
Yeah. But still I felt bad. And it's like, well, I make mistakes, and I did. He said that to me. He sent that message, and I said, hey, I'm sorry, man. I made a mistake on that. I misspoke. And but if I was out there online all the time, like giving people misinformation, that would really wear on me. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But it seems like people are pretty comfortable with it.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of it is legitimately like, I want to give this person the wrong info, I want to mislead this person, and how much of it is just repeating the same nonsense that they've read 10 other times that somebody else has repeated.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much of that that goes on, and there's for somebody to come in. And part of the other problem too is that there are so many different ways to do this. So when someone else comes in and says, well, I did it this way, this other way worked for me, then that person's immediately wrong. And so there's not a healthy, it's really hard to have a healthy discussion, even if it's something as simple as my swap versus your swap.
Yeah.
It's, I have to be right, you have to be wrong on both sides. And it's just,
right.
You get into like that cesspool mentality.
Are you just talking about me?
Yes.
I have to be right.
Yeah. I'm just talking about our relationship.
87 hunt at Easter eggs. Ray-Bans got the greatest.
There we go. It's the ultimate Easter egg hunt.
Somebody asked about where we get donors from.
Yeah.
She watches
Jordan up here.
She watches on Marketplace.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, getting a donor, having the entire vehicle absolutely is the easiest way to go about it. You just have access to so many more parts. Plus, if you're fortunate enough to have a running donor, you know what you got, and you can see how it went together. To me, I'm a real visual person. So a lot of times when we're talking about something in the shop, I will go out back and I will look at, like, pop the hood on an empty donor just to look at the firewall, or just to look at something under the dash, just to have a better idea of what we're talking about. I like Tim's comment here. I love reading wiring schematics. You guys could be.
Who said that?
Your buddy Tim Anderson.
Yeah, I do too. I sit over there at the house with a tablet and just look at wiring diagrams. I don't know. What spectrum would that be called? Huh?
Which end of the spectrum is that?
Yeah.
Brian says, by the way, I love the hat I got from your merch store. Thank you, Brian. We appreciate you getting the hat. They are very nice hats. They are the Richardson 112, if you guys are familiar with that, the trucker style Richardson. They are nice ones, and they are embroidered with a snazzy UTX logo.
Yeah, she just did asked me about my swap t-shirt also. That's up now.
Yes, I'm glad Brian brought up the merch store. There were a couple of things I wanted to mention on that. I did just set up the Ask Me About My LS Swap shirts. We have samples that are ordered that are on their way to us. So I haven't physically seen them yet. So you are welcome to go over and get yourself one. But if you give me a couple days here, I'll make sure they're good. I hate for you guys to get something and not be happy with it. But it is the same design that we have on our stickers and our koozies. So if you are needing a new t-shirt, go over and check it out. And also, I've been trying really hard to get shipping figured out. Shipping is kind of a challenge for some of this stuff. The shirts and the hats and the coffee mugs ship from the people that print them. We don't have those physically here, but the other stuff, the stickers and the koozies and accelerator plates and radiator mounts, that all ships from us. And I've tried so hard to figure out a financially feasible way to have a tracking number for sticker packs, and I cannot do it. So I am going to drop the price on sticker packs in our merch store down to $6. And they're going to come snail mail. So we're going to work on the honor system right now. So if a couple weeks goes by and you haven't received your sticker pack yet, let me know. Thankfully, so far, everything else we've shipped through the post office has gone really smoothly. But certain times a year, you guys know, the post office gets a little crazy and it may take longer. But sticker packs are here probably within the next hour. I'm going to drop the price and let you guys have at it.
What about the people that you overcharged? Huh? What are you going to do about that? How are you going to make amends?
Would like to extend my deepest apologies. Terrell's one of them.
Yeah, Terrell. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll make it up to you, Terrell.
Go digital. Not long ago. Was going to do that route, but ended up doing glow shift gauges.
Glow shift gauges. Fancy.
I'm going to take that opportunity, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I love Dakota Digital gauges, but I have this issue with them, and it happened today.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to get into that.
Huh?
Didn't know we were getting into
It'll
that.
be in the video, but he just brought that up, and there's nothing wrong with them at all. I would never say anything about it, but if it was like me, if I owned Dakota Digital, I'd fix this problem. But if you have a Dakota Digital dash, and this has happened a few times, it happened to me on Brian's truck. If you have the splitter in the OBD connector going to the what's it called? The BIM module. I plug my scan tool into it, and it will not. My scan tool won't read anything.
Yeah.
It won't connect, and it just sits there and spins and spins and spins. I disconnect the BIM module, and everything's fine. So what that means to me is I can't drive it with my scan tool hooked up to it to see what's going on. So
yeah.
And I don't know. Well, I could, but I can't watch the dash, so I can't tell how fast I'm going.
Yeah, you can't have the dash and the scan tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it kind of makes a
So
Makes
I
it a
don't
pain.
understand why that happens, but that's happened to me a few times now. So I know it's not something that I have done. I thought for a while there that I maybe had bad data signal or something, but it's not the case. And then somebody else a few weeks ago asked me about it too, just asking a question that said that they had the same thing. Tim's got Asperger.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry and I are, if you can't tell, we're oddballs.
Yeah.
We both just have so many weird interests and
Don't scan and drive.
exactly. Keep it safe.
That's a tough one. She goes with me, and then I'm yelling at her because she doesn't. She's got the attention span of a woman,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be like,
Weird.
"No, I need to know what it's doing here." What did we fix the last time we fixed something? Oh, I fixed a cruise control
On a Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put cruise control on a Scout that had been LS swapped, and I couldn't figure out. This thing would not. Sometimes it would go into cruise and sometimes it wouldn't. And if I just sat there in the shop and did the buttons, everything looked great. So it should have worked. So I took her for a drive, and it didn't have a passenger seat. So she was just sitting in the floorboard of this thing. And
Yeah.
she happened to notice that one time when I hit the button, that both the set and the resume applied
They both
at
at the same time.
So it was a bad switch.
Mhm.
And
All that for bad switch.
I spent a day on it.
It was bad.
I spent a day on it until I figured that out. But it took taking her for a drive while she could look at the scan tool while it was going on. So
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to do that, but in the times that I do it just by myself, it's pretty scary, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not the
And
safest thing to do. How many different things can you look at instead of the road?
Mm-hmm.
But my goodness, we're at an hour and 12 minutes.
Holy smokes.
That is crazy. Well, I think we covered everything that was on my list. I've ranted and complained about everything I wanted to cover.
Not me.
No, still ready to go. Oh, one thing that I did want to mention that I didn't, going back to the snarky comments and some of those Facebook groups that we were talking about and the negativity. If you see one, if you scroll through Facebook or whatever and you see one of those where everybody's dogpiling on somebody and making them feel dumb, is as hard as it is to scroll past, just scroll past. I know a lot of times it's hard. I want to jump in and say, hey, actually, here's a nice answer for once, basically, and give that person something. But the way social media works, it's controlled. Basically, it's run by an algorithm. So the more interaction that those posts get, the more popular those posts get. And I think that is a big part of what fuels that fire, is like the kind of dogpile mentality, is like, ooh, this is 200 other people jumped on this post, I might as well jump on too, So that is my advice. If you see something that you like, interact with it, because whether it's YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, whatever internet platform you're working with, it's fueled by an algorithm that pays attention to what you interact with. So what you comment on, what you hit the like button on YouTube, same thing, comments, likes, the super chat feature, it sees that as you saying, I like this. So it's going to show you more of that. And hopefully, if the way the algorithm works, if we, were to focus on more positive things and just let those dumpster fires go out, just let it die. Yeah. Jordan says, yep, don't feed the fire. Exactly. Hopefully we can create, just a better option, whether it's our group Swap Talk or somebody else's group. If there's a group out there that you guys enjoy, absolutely let us know. Some place that gives a little bit better learning environment, and just the opportunity to share what we're all doing here. Let us know. I know they're out there.
Yeah, there are great ones out there.
Yeah. I will. Speaking of great ones, I will give a shout out to. It's not swap related, but I will give a shout out to Long Bed Mafia on Facebook. That's a group that I had been in for quite a while on Facebook, and they run a really clean group. It's really positive and welcoming, and I always enjoyed it. And then we had the opportunity to meet them when we went to Trucks and Tacos at Cruising the Coast last year, and actually got a chance to meet Richard and Monica that run that group, and got some cool swag from them, and got to thank them for creating a nice space when there's so many negative spaces out there. So
right.
That's a great one to check out. Like I said, Long Bed Mafia. It's for all you long bed lovers out there.
Yeah, but it's also a mafia.
Yeah. Well.
So if she didn't say something nice about him tonight, she'll wake up with a horse head next to her in the morning.
Oh no.
Right. Yeah, I love them too.
Juice would like that.
Oh yeah, juice gnawing on a horse head.
But Long Bed Mafia is a great group. Definitely go check them out. Not to just blatantly plug our own stuff, but UTX Swap Talk, like Jerry said, we do work really hard to keep that a nice, fun, clean, cool place to hang out. And like I said, you guys are a huge part of that. You guys have been jumping in and commenting back and forth and giving input to each other, and that's really, really cool. That's what it's all about.
We're in Springfield, Missouri, Jordan, right smack dab in the Midwest.
Yeah, we're right in the middle.
I want to know where we're at, but we went to Cruising the Coast last year. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, basically Biloxi, Mississippi Gulf Coast area. Yeah. The whole thing, basically.
The Gulf of America?
Whatever. Gulf of something. Who knows? Whatever we're calling it this week. But yeah, if you have not checked out Cruising the Coast, last year was our first year to go there, and we did a little video on it. But I mean, we had so much fun. I mean, talk about a million things to look at, million people to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Grandpa. Hugh, he's talking. Is he going to start his car tonight?
Hang on. Yeah, Hugh, are you saying you're gonna fire yours up tonight for the first time? I knew you were getting close. Holy smokes! Let me see here. Whiskey Tango says, it blew my mind finding out you guys were local to me after watching you for a couple months. Where are you from? Did I know that?
He's probably the guy that keeps honking as they go by.
There is somebody that honks when they drive past the driveway, and we have no idea who it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's friendly. I don't know if they hate us.
Yeah.
I'm just probably mad. Hugh says, yeah, I'm firing her tonight if she will.
Oh, Hugh, if we had known that, we would have canceled this show. You should be working on that puppy.
Yeah. Year and a half in the works.
Pretty nice of you to join in with us if you got something like that going on.
Oh yeah, I know you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah. You're a great great follower.
Yeah, you're a great
channel. We
great
appreciate
supporter.
That.
You've done a lot to support us and for quite a while. Yeah, are you going live when you do that, or no? If she does it, we'll be live tomorrow night with the grandbabies. Okay. Cool. So definitely keep us posted on that, and we want
He doesn't say where he lives. This Jordan, whereabouts are you?
Whiskey Tango said he is.
Oh, that would be okay.
I'm not sure where Jordan is.
He
So
said
it would be me.
it would be Harkin. There he is.
I'm not that local. I'm the guy with this C20 parts truck I've been talking to Emily about. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, how are you? It's our buddy Brad, right? I'm worried about how many C20 parts trucks I've been talking about. Oh, why do you have a Honda in your? That's what threw me.
Like, who has a Honda?
Brad. Yeah. I won't say his whole name. I don't want to be a jerk, but
okay.
He has a Honda. It's a 68 C20. Anyway. Anyway, everybody loves a Honda. Hey, it's a clean Accord. Sweet, yeah. I don't know. I'm a Honda gal.
Well, let's let everybody go so Hugh can get to working on that car. I'll love to hear that thing is fired up.
Yeah. Real quick, Tim says if we ever head north, I'd like to meet you. Yes. We are really strapped for time, but there are events that we would like to go and check out. So if there are things going on C10 related in your area, or I mean, doesn't I guess have to be C10 related, you know? If there are events going on, let us know what's out there. I find new stuff on Facebook every day, different events I didn't even know were going on. So
yeah, north is a big area. Where's it at north? Because I'm from Nebraska, and I have to make a trip back to Nebraska here pretty soon.
Tons of stuff in Tennessee this year. Yes, Tennessee is a big one. Brian says, before I leave, woo pig, go hogs. Did I do it right? Woo pig. Woo woo.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, good to see you, Rick. We appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. So today is the third Thursday. Do we want to say that this is a third Thursday kind of thing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So going forward, you guys can plan on seeing us here live every third Thursday for a new podcast episode. Third Thursday of the month, I should say. Just like Thanksgiving. You know, we've done our Thanksgiving lives in the past, and we're going to roll with that. So the third Thursday of the month will be podcast day. It'll be UTX Unplugged day. So I hope you guys mark your calendars and keep sending us awesome comments and awesome questions. I know there are a few of you guys in Swap Talk right now that have questions floating out there. Like Jerry said, this has been a crazy week, and we are a little bit behind on a few things, but the questions in Swap Talk are one of them. So don't fret. We will be back. We'll make sure we get you guys some answers. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time. Is there anything you'd like to add?
It's like the third Thursday of each month, but without the family.
Exactly.
Like you said, like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's like Thanksgiving, but
yeah, it's like a
less
bonus
turkey.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's it's ideal Thanksgiving. It's trucks instead of turkey.
Yeah, and thank you everybody that joins us in this. We know it's probably a tough thing to do for people. We do appreciate it, and we appreciate everything else you do for us also.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. We've said it a million times tonight. This channel wouldn't be what it is without you guys. So that being said, cheers, and we will catch you next time.
Have a good night.